Why do you want to be successful? Have you ever really sat and thought about that? What are you hoping success is going to give you? Respect? Validation? Stability? Pride? And why do you want those things? What are you hoping those things are going to give you? If you gained respect from your peers, your friends, your family, or people that have never shown you respect before, what would that offer you? Why would you want that from them? If you gained stability through your success, what would that provide you? What sort of stability are you expecting to feel once you do? If you felt pride through your success, what about that appeals to you? What would feeling pride inside of you offer you that you're so longing to experience it? I want to highlight something today. I want to draw a connection between what we want and why we truly want it. Because the thing that we say that we want isn't always the thing that we're truly longing for. It's what we believe getting that thing will allow us to feel about ourselves. For example, maybe what you want isn't actually success. Maybe what you want is to feel respected. And you've come to believe that success is the vehicle through which you will allow yourself to experience that feeling. And the only reason why you continue to chase success as the vehicle is because you feel that it's needed. That without it, you can't feel otherwise. But is that true? Is it true that when you achieve success in the way that you envision it, it's going to satisfy everything you're hoping it will? And how do you know? How do you know that it will? What evidence do you have beyond a shadow of a doubt that when you achieve everything you're looking for, you'll be able to feel differently about yourself? Can you see that depending on success to feel differently and be the only access point to embodying a version of you that feels better about you means that you've already decided that you can't access that version of you until something changes. You've made success the metric, the condition that has to be met before you can feel differently. And beneath that is something even deeper, a belief system that's telling you that you don't have the capacity to feel alive or free or confident inside of you until something changes about you. That this version of you that exists right now needs you to change. That there's a small voice inside of you that's saying, I can't fully respect you until you do. At some point in time, so many of us begin believing that it's the life that we're trying to create that's going to be the thing that allows us to experience ourselves differently. And this belief system keeps us chasing, it keeps us longing, it keeps us striving and achieving for more so that we can finally access a feeling that we've been trying to feel all along. And ultimately, what we've been trying to feel all along is differently inside of who we believe that we are. And if you've been living your life and not experiencing the changes that you've been hoping for, that are finally going to allow you to feel differently, what if it's not your circumstances that are standing in your way from feeling differently? What if what's standing in your way from feeling differently is the belief that it's only your circumstances that are going to offer that to you? If true change is what you're looking for, if you're hoping to feel differently about you and inside of you, and this version of you isn't allowing you to, then the change that you're looking for isn't going to come from out there. It's only going to come from in here. And the way to do that is beginning to address how you feel about you. Acknowledging all of your belief systems and questioning them one at a time, and learning how to let in and allow feelings that you've been holding at arm's length. Feelings like respect, validation, stability, pride, feelings that you've been hoping your achievements and accomplishments were going to give you. And if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, that's not going to work, I can't feel differently until something changes. Good. Let's talk about it. Let's address how it's that very belief system that's going to keep you stuck inside of a cycle where you're continuing to chase something that's going to forever elude you, searching for a version of you that you are always going to continue to hold at arm's length. When you believe that you can't feel differently until something outside of you changes, that's because you believe that the outside world is what dictates how you feel internally. And that makes perfect sense because that's what we've been taught. We've been shown that in order to feel proud, we have to go out and do something worth feeling proud of. Or to feel accomplished, we have to go out and experience something that we feel good about. Or in order to feel loved, we have to receive that love from someone that's willing to grant it. Or in order to feel alive, we have to go out and experience something that makes us excited, or afraid, or anticipatory. We've been taught that feelings are evoked through the outside world, that in order to experience something internally, we have to experience it externally. But is that true? I want you to consider this for a second. Is it true that the only way to experience shame, failure, longing, worry, pain is through your circumstances? Let's really explore this together for a second, okay? How often do you experience shame? So feelings of not feeling good enough, feeling underappreciated, feeling unworthy. Is it once in a while? Or is it a little bit more frequently than that? And is it only your circumstances that evoke those feelings from you? How often do you really feel those things? If you really think about it, is it daily? Weekly? Monthly? Or is it a little bit more often than that? I want you to get very honest with yourself right now, because I think when you do, you'll realize something very important. It's not the outside world that's been giving you those feelings. It's your belief systems that have. And maybe the outside world has been validating them through experiences that seem to confirm what you believe to be true. But those feelings were already there. And they become the lens through which you experience your life and who you are and your circumstances and what you believe is possible for you. Where have you allowed the outside world to become the thing that determines what you're allowed to feel? Where have you given it permission to validate one version of you and reject another? Because if you're always feeling unworthy, it's because unworthiness was already there. And if you seldom feel worthy, it's because worthiness hasn't been allowed the same space to exist. If one feeling shows up over and over and over again while the other rarely does, who decided that one deserves more space than the other? Is it you? Or is it what lies outside of you? Opportunities to appreciate you have probably been there all along. Something you've done, something you've said, something you've achieved or accomplished. But how often have you actually allowed yourself to feel that appreciation? Daily? Weekly? Monthly? Yearly? Why is it that there are so few circumstances that allow you to feel that way, and so many circumstances that allow you to feel differently? What I want you to see is that you determine this. You may not consciously realize that you're choosing, but every time you believe one thought about yourself over another, you're strengthening one experience of yourself over another. But if you don't see that as true, then you will continue to rely on what lies outside of you to determine how you feel about you. And every single time you do that, you are determining which version of you to reinforce. And before life even has a chance to respond to you, you're determining which version of you to experience it through. You're unknowingly making that choice first. And from that belief about you, you're going out into the world and making decisions and choosing paths that are filtered through that belief about you. And because you're experiencing life through that filter, the universe is reflecting that version of you back to you through the experiences that you have. And suddenly, you only begin to see and acknowledge setback after setback, or failure after failure, or block after block, because this is the version of you that you've learned to look for evidence of. You only see your shame, and you only see evidence of the outcomes that reinforce it. What I wanted to leave you with today is a chance to see things differently. Because if you continue to feel one way about you and see yourself in one way, then you will only ever feel that way about you regardless of what happens. And you will continue to look to the outside world for the thing you think is missing, hoping it will change how you feel about you. But the world doesn't provide experiences of you. The world provides experiences, but you get to determine what you make those experiences mean about you. You get to determine what you think and how you feel, and the world simply exists. And you exist in it, and therefore you get to determine how you exist, how you desire to think and feel and live. And if feeling love and appreciation and compassion and excitement and freedom is how you want to feel, then it's up to you to choose a practice of picking perspectives and interpretations and ideas and thoughts that allow those feelings to exist. And when you do, you'll go out into the world and move completely differently. You will make choices and follow paths and make decisions that you didn't dare do before because you feared what you thought about you. You feared risking finding more evidence that you aren't capable or dependable or trustworthy or worthy. And now, instead, you'll no longer fear your own thoughts and ideas about you. And you'll just feel confident and self-assured because you'll recognize that it's not the outside world that determines that for you. You do. And it'll be so much easier to take chances and to do things you never felt comfortable doing before. And this is how you change your experience of you. You choose to. And when you choose to, you experience you differently. And when you experience you differently, you live as you differently. And when you live as you differently, the world looks different too. So, coming full circle, the reason why you want what you want is because you fear that you can't love you without it. But when loving you is all that you do, then this thing that you need so badly doesn't hold any power over you. And you may still want it, but you won't need it. You'll only need you. And you'll begin to recognize that nothing changes unless you desire for it to, by changing how you see and experience you, regardless of what happens outside of you. And you begin to recognize that true change is only ever experienced by changing you.